everyone, I'm Adrienne Jocson from BEd 1A. So now I will discuss you what is the communication process. Before we start, what is communication? It is the act of conveying meaning to a person or group of people using a mutually understood symbols, gestures, behaviors, and semiotic rules. Other explanations about communication is the process of exchanging informations, ideas, thoughts, or feelings between individuals or groups through verbal, nonverbal written, or visual means. Communication is very important, right? And now, what is the communication process? The communication process is a dynamic framework that describes how a message travels between a sender and receiver using various communication channels. Its goal is to ensure the receiver decodes the message correctly and can provide feedback with ease and speed. And now, this is the communication process works. We have the sender, message, transmissions, recipient, and the receiver. The sender is the individual who initiates a message and is also called the communicator or source of communications. The sender is the individual, groups, or organization that needs or wants to share information with some other individual, groups, or organizations. The message. It is defined as information conveyed by words in speech or writing or other signs and symbols, verbal or nonverbal, or both is the content of communication process. The message brings together words to convey the meaning, but it's also about how to convey through nonverbal cues, organizations, styles, or other elements. Transmissions describe the linear one-way process in which a sender intentionally transmits a message to receiver. Transmission is the view of communication. Carey points out and sees communications as a process whereby a message transmitted and distributed in space for control of distance. The recipient. Something that receives or is intended to receive something. The recipient is our mind or our brain, which is planning how to respond to the sender. What makes us desire is our thinking about how we act or what we gonna say to the sender. The receiver, a person who has been given information or things by a sender. Receiver is the individual group for which the information is intended, that the needs or wants to share with other people. A message is clear when it contains information that is easily interpreted or understood once the sender has decided the message is the next step processing. Next is about the difference between encoding and decoding. Encode and decode. Encoding is the process of turning thoughts into communication, while the decode or decoding is a process of turning communications into thoughts. The encoding is the translating the message into symbols for language that the receiver understands. Once a message is encoded, it is transmitted to the receiver through some medium. Whether the coding is interpreting, or trying to make sense of sender's message. For my finishing my presentation, I'll view a short video that's an example of communications. Hi sir, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. I'm just enjoying my work. How about you? What happened to your training?
It was fun. I learned a lot of the discussions about customer service, and my skills are improving rather than before.
Is it tiring?
Yes, sir, but it was fun. I really enjoy it.
So I think you should have a rest. So for
Yes.
now, go home, take a rest, take your beauty rest, because tomorrow is another day, another tiring day.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.